Hi everyone, my name is Christy Puccio. I'm a New York City-based makeup artist, and today I will be featuring Beauty Strokes by FM Brush Company. Since 1929, FM Brush has been manufacturing brushes right here in New York City. I'm going to show you how to utilize these brushes and explain their purposes on our beautiful model, Erica Sarda. The Streetwear collection embraces the quirky vitality of its home in New York. This series has 12 vegan brushes in sleek black. 3 of the brushes are double-ended, bringing the brush count to a total of 15 brushes. There is a brush for every application. The first brush I'm going to use is the dome brush. I'm going to add a little foundation to the back of my hand. I've already cleaned my hand, which is very important. And we're going to start off at the center of her face. Using tap and pressing motion, we're going to blend and press into her whole face, giving it even small strokes. So the amazing thing about this brush is that because of its dome shape, you're really able to spread the foundation evenly, which sometimes is hard to get in a flat brush or in other brushes. This one really does a fantastic job because of how many bristles are in it. And also the shape really picks the foundation up nicely so that it distributes evenly. So you could press and swirl. That's going to give you another technique that is easy to do with this shape, with this dome shape that is unique to FM Brush Company. This is the all-over face brush. Since I already applied Erica's foundation, the next thing I'm going to do is set it with loose powder. You take a little bit of the product and you always tap off the product. That's really important. And you're gonna swirl it in the cap of the powder. Now the wonderful thing about this brush is that it really holds the product. Sometimes you get brushes that there's a lot of fallout and there isn't enough pick up and payoff. This one really does it all. And you're able to get into all the crevices very easily and blend very evenly. This is just gonna keep the makeup from moving. And because it's so wide, you're able to cover so much of the face in such a little amount of time, so it's actually saving you time as well in the morning. I love the way it feels myself. It's very soft. This is the Angle Foundation brush. I'm going to take the product, I'm using it off of the end of the concealer wand, and I'm going to lightly press into her skin using the longer edge of the foundation brush. And I'm going to tap underneath her eyes. Because of this unique shape, you're really able to get in perfectly. It's as though the brush was designed to get underneath the eyes and underneath the hollows of our cheek, where it's important that the brush does the work for us. It's actually even perfect for the eyelid because of the way that it lays perfectly along the lash line. And it distributes product really well. Sometimes brushes give you too much product or they don't give you enough. This one does it perfectly. I really love the Angle Foundation brush. This is the blush contour brush that is patented by Beauty Strokes. As you can see, this brush is on a curved angle. It's a fan brush, but it's a little bit different than your typical fan brush that you've probably tried before. This one is a little bit thicker and it gives you more ability to really blend the product with it, making it look natural but not too oversaturated. And I'm going to go sculpt her face using the same motions that I like to teach my clients, from the top of the forehead, around the cheek, and under the chin. And it will give you that really soft, natural look. You could kind of just make little motions if you'd like, or you could spread it across more evenly. And for shaping the forehead, you could use this brush because of the way it's shaped, and you could press into the forehead, making it really natural looking. Using the same brush, I'm going to actually do blush and highlighter. I'm going to lightly load the brush and again tap it off, starting at the edge of your pupil, right there. The brush is a perfect width, so you also don't have to worry about if you're applying too much and if it goes too low. And you're gonna place it exactly there. You don't wanna go too high or too low. You're gonna make a small V shape and tap and blend. Next, we're gonna do Erica's eyes. Using the crease definer, I'm gonna use this saddle colored, kind of light brown, lightly blend in the crease by almost making like a little windshield wiper, I like to think of it as, by going back and forth. If you wanted to, you could just keep it on the whole eye and do a quick sweep and be done for the whole day. But since we're doing a little bit more of a stepped up look for Erica's eyes, I'm gonna show you how to use it in more of a detailed manner. The great thing about this brush also is that it doesn't give you any fallout. So you don't have to worry about doing your complexion first or last, because it doesn't let any of the product fall onto your face because it's such a good quality brush. I'm going to take the basic shadow brush and I'm going to load it up with a shimmery kind of champagne color tone. And I'm going to just tap the color onto Erica's lid. This distributes the shadow very evenly, very perfectly. It's your great all-around shadow brush. So you just saw me tap my finger to clean up some of the edges on Erica's face. I actually really love to use the wet dry concealer for that as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of cleansing water. This cleanser will just lightly pick up any shadow that you could get from putting on your own makeup. And you're gonna tap it off and clean it up, making a clean line. We're also gonna take this brush and we're gonna spot conceal. Load up the brush again. It's perfect for concealing, for cleaning up makeup. This brush has so many purposes. I'm going to introduce you to my all-time new favorite brush. This is the Wave Brow Groomer. It is patented by Beauty Strokes and it is absolutely amazing. As you can see, there's different levels to it. So it adds a lot of texture to your brows and it gives it such a natural finish. So I loaded the brush up and I'm just going to tap and press upward. I'm going with the natural strokes of Erica's hair. And using the other side of the brush that has the spoolie, you're able to go back and clean up any residual makeup. So I'm gonna have Erica demonstrate how to do it on herself.
It's really nice.
Isn't it so easy to use?
Yeah, brows are always the hardest part for me, and this makes it really easy. You said I can go in with the spoolie and make it a little...
And just, you could kind of wiggle it too. You could wiggle it and blend it. That will get any of the excess powder out.
I love when it finishes off at a distinct point like that. You can really do that well with this brush.
Great.
How does that look?
Perfect.
Awesome.
I'm gonna actually go back with my wet dry concealer brush and I'm gonna clean off any excess product. Next, I'm going to use the shadow smudger. This is gonna add a little bit extra dimension and pop to the eye. And I'm going to just blend a little color into the crease. I'm making a small V. This brush is perfect for getting into the corners of your eyes. If you want to add highlight to the top, to the front of the eye, all you have to do is dip it and press it. I'm just keeping it on the outer side and I'm not going above the crease. And because there's so many fibers in the brush, it's not giving any fallout. So this is the Line and Define brush from Beauty Strokes. And I'm going to line Erica's eye with just a black simple kohl liner. I'm going to take the larger side of the double-sided brush and I'm just going to blend out the kohl. I'm also going to go back and add a little bit more product from the actual pencil. It's perfect for adding liner or a little bit more color to the lid of the eye. You could also take this side if you wanted to make a really clean line like what I was doing with the wet dry brush, except this will give it more of a pointy look. I'm going to use it though to make a cat eye. I'm just adding some product to the edge. Now we're going to add highlight back to Erica's eyes. Using Beauty Strokes Highlight Blending Brush, as you can see, the brush really picks up all the product wonderfully. And I'm going to place it underneath the brow, just to give that little extra accent. And I'm going to place it in the front of her eye. Using the lip brush by Beauty Strokes, the great thing about this brush is you could use it for touch-ups. So if you wanted to apply any lip color, you could put it on, and then later you could take the cap off, leave the product on your brush, and put it into the holder that it comes in. You don't have to worry about getting it in your handbag or in your makeup bag. All you have to do is pull it out. This also is a great brush because it's not too long. Sometimes brushes are too long and they're hard to do on yourself. This is the perfect size. Sometimes when we use brushes without a brush, you can't get into the inside part of your lips and it doesn't look as polished or as finished or as clean. And that's why lip brushes are so helpful. The last thing we're going to do is put mascara on. And now I'm just going to take the mascara from the top and roll it, press and roll, and go underneath the bottom and wiggle the mascara through. I'm gonna have Erica do the other side so you can see how to do it at home.
Start at the root of the lash. You said I'm twirling it from the top as well.
Exactly, so you could get the excess powder from the top of the lash root.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you. This is our finished look. As you can see, it's natural and soft, good for daytime and nighttime. Find out where to get these amazing brushes at beautystrokes.com.